Alright, Bell Boys, it's your commissioner coming live from Lubbock, Texas. We just finished week 12. It's in the books. It's time for week 13. You guys may have been wondering, where's the commish? Why isn't he making videos? I don't have to explain myself to you guys. I don't need to explain myself to anybody, alright? And you want an opening? You want an opening? I got your opening right here. Check this. Bam! Right there's your opening, alright? With that said, I took down Ryan, the champ Decker, who was sitting on top of the leaderboard. I took him down. It was basically my Super Bowl. So with that, we're celebrating with some TX Texas Straight Bourbon this week. Drinking it on ice with the whiskey ball. I can already hear Arlie's girl making fun of me because I'm not drinking it straight. But you know what? Fuck you, I'm gonna drink it how I like. That's good shit right there. You know how we do this? One take. Let's go. We're gonna get right into it. As I already mentioned, I took down the guy at the top. I took down Ryan. I took him down by 0.38 points. And then Jalen's Pain Train also had a squeaker, just barely taking down McLovin within 1 point as well. Holy cow. And Love Boat was able to put up a good amount of points this week, but it just wasn't enough to take down the Mexican. And Gronky Kong, not a great showing, got blown out by Osborne. Osborne really trying to get that to the top of the leaderboard to get that bye. Those buys are so important. We're going to talk about that in a second. Marvin the Martian also squeaked out a pretty close match versus Brady's Blood Boys, who may not even make the playoffs this year. Unbelievable what's happened here the last couple of weeks. And Long Shot Boy, it's definitely a long shot for him to make the playoffs, but he did what he had to do this week and took care of jerking off. With that said, let's go over to our next site. And this one will break down our playoffs percentages. So as you can see, Ryan Decker has pretty much already clinched the playoffs. He's guaranteed in the playoffs. He also is almost guaranteed to get the first round bye. Now the second first round bye is still up for grabs. Zach, Chew Poppies, and Osborne are all in play for that first round bye. Osborne's got the best chance to do it. He's got to go through me this week. If I take down Osborne and Decker, keep them knocked down, I'm happy. This has been a good year. So, Zach, very strong contender to get that second first round bye with a big win this match. He started out 0-3 and has won 9 in a row to get his current record 9-3. Can anything stop him? Once they got under that new management, everything changed for him. It was just unbelievable. Chew Poppies is going strong with good, almost guaranteed for the playoff spot. So is Osborne. He's slid a little bit the last couple weeks, but he's still been an absolute contender here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 of you guys that are already pretty much locked in at this point to make the playoffs. So that leaves 2 more playoff spots. Remember, the top 6 go to the playoffs. So that leaves Jerking Off, Brady's Blood Boys, and Gronky Kong all with a chance to get in here. Matt's a far outside chance. Even if he wins out, he needs a lot of things to go right for him to make the playoffs. So he's pretty much unlikely to make the playoffs. It's really between these 3 here to make the playoffs. So you guys need to win out. You guys are all 6-6. You guys can't drop any points. It's gonna take an 8-6 record to make the playoffs. It's the only way. It is the only way. And getting that first round bye is so important because if we go back, we can go and check out what the playoffs might look like here. Let me see this. Let's see if I can zoom this in. Yeah, okay. So, how this is going to work. 6 people make the playoffs. The top 2 will get a bye. They don't play anyone in week 15. That gives you an automatic advantage to take the championship. It means you only got to win 2 games in a row to win. If you're coming in that 3, 4, 5, 6 seed, you have to win 3 games in a row to take it all. So those first round byes are good. Ryan Decker's pretty much already got one wrapped up. Zach is very close to wrapping up the other. If he wins this next week, he's pretty much guaranteed the first round bye. So those are very important. Again, if the season ended today, it would be Arlie and Brady's Blood Boys playing each other in the playoffs, followed by Nick and the Jets fans taking on John Osborne over here. Be a hell of a fight there. So this is going to change in the next 2 weeks, and you can bet I'll have full playoff coverage as we move into the playoffs. I know I've been bad in the middle of the season, but it is what it is. Now, what I also want to remind you guys of is there's not just the action at the top of the bracket. Us scum down at the bottom of the bracket also have some excitement in the Toilet Bowl. Now reminder how this works in the Toilet Bowl. If you get a single win in the Toilet Bowl, you're not going to be last place. You just got to win 1. Because if you lose, you go on. So the bottom 2 teams get a bye in the Toilet Bowl, which means they don't even get a chance to redeem themselves week 1. So they got 2 chances to win 1 game. So right now, Papa Puffs and Braden, they have those byes because they're the 2 worst teams in the league. But all it takes is a couple wins. Maybe you guys can move out of the bottom of the bracket, because whoever loses this game is who's going to the Waffle House. It's off of the Toilet Bowl. We're not going off of regular season standings. So this means you got to keep trying, even if you're down at the bottom. When playoffs come around, you can't just shut off the app, because you don't want to end up in that Waffle House / IHOP / Denny's, wherever they serve pancakes or waffles. You know I'm being pedantic, but some of you guys keep saying, oh, he's not a Waffle House in Lubbock. I know. We all know what we're saying here. So with that said, we got plenty of activity, plenty of shit talk to be had here the last couple weeks. We all know Matt's put a big ol' target on his back this whole year, talking about how record doesn't matter. I don't know. The record seems to matter now, Matt. 5-7. 5-7. Yeah, you have some good points for her, but they ain't helping you when your record is holding you back. And that is why you're probably not going to make the playoffs. But it's been a great season. A lot of great action. It's been a lot of fun. And we still got a few more weeks of excitement. So make sure to blow up that group chat, especially as we get into the playoffs. Let your opponents have it, because there's no time like the present to let other people know how trash they are. And just remember, even if you're at the bottom, if you're the lonely bottom, like me and Braden, we can compete, and we can still take some games off of you, and we can still affect the playoff bracket. We may knock someone out of the playoffs entirely, so don't count us out. We may be scum, but we're Bellboys scum, and every member of this league is near and dear to my heart this season of Thanksgiving. So this one is for you, gentlemen. So thanks for hanging out with my stream of conscience here. You know how I do it. Just one take, and what happens, happens. So that's what it is. Again, this episode sponsored by Texas Straight Bourbon. Please send your commissioner bottles of bourbon for Christmas. Commissioner out.